Anyone with even a bit of social awareness makes constant judgment calls in daily life. For example, someone might decide whether they can play games tonight based on their partner's mood, or an employee might read their boss's expression before deciding whether it's a good moment to ask for a raise. Deciding what to do based on whether a condition is met is exactly what conditional statements do. Python's conditional statements follow a simple structure. They start with if, followed by a condition. Any expression that evaluates to a Boolean, true or false, can be used as a condition. If you define a variable that stores a Boolean value, you can use it directly after if. For example, a variable like is I happy equals true or false can be used as the condition. You can also use comparison operators. Equality checks use equals equals because the single equals is used for assignment. For example, 3 equals equals 3 returns true, while A equals equals B returns false. The not equal operator equals returns true for A equals B. Other comparison operators, greater than or equal, less than, and less than or equal, behave just like in math. A condition like 5n equals 20 is perfectly valid because it evaluates to false, which is still a Boolean. Don't forget the colon after the condition. The indented lines below it run when the condition is true. You can have multiple lines, and everything indented under the if belongs to the true branch. If you want nothing to happen when the condition is false, you can stop there. But if you want code to run when the condition is false, add an else, and indent the lines below it. Python relies on indentation to determine which lines belong to the if, which belong to the else, and which lie outside the entire block. And now it's practice time. We can combine input 2 to write a program that decides whether your partner will be angry if you play games tonight. First, define a variable for mood index, representing the mood score. Set it equal to the return value of the phone2 function. What's your partner's mood today? Please enter a mood index. Next, we'll use this value to determine whether you can play games tonight. Suppose if the mood index is greater than or equal to 560. It means things are still okay. Your partner can calmly tolerate you playing games all night. Then we can say print 2. Congratulations! You can probably play games tonight. Writing it like this could already be the end, because as mentioned before, the TVLSI part is optional, but actually, there's a problem with this program. Don't forget the for_d input_d function always returns a string. If we want to compare the string foimood indexi with a number, we need to convert tenmood indexi into a number first. So here we still use the foondata function to convert it into a number. Then we can also add the foonilc part, press enter. Still, don't forget the indentation, although PyCharm will automatically indent for you. Here we can also print a message. The condition for running this line is when foimood index imo60 is bosi, which is essentially the same as imood index i60t. Now we can run it and try it out. First, enter a number for a pretty good mood, say 85i. You can see it prints, you can play games tonight. Let's run it again and try entering a not so good mood number, 20. It prints, better not play. Also, as mentioned before, the block under a condition can have more than one line. You just need to remember the indentation. For example, if you can play games, I can also add an emoji here to express a cheerful mood. If you don't indent properly, there will be a problem, because Python sees this line isn't indented, so it thinks the conditional block has ended. Then this line will be printed no matter what. Then below it, Python sees a -d elsen, but typend exists independently of a foo, so Python will raise an error. Now let's fix the indentation and run it again to test. You can see the second line is printed too. See you in the next video.